Hello, everybody. This is Walrus McFish Sr., and we're back with a brand new series of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Yeah, I know it's been a while. It's been like a month or so. I know some people were even commenting about it, which makes me feel glad to know that people were wanting to see more of my content, I guess. That was sort of my inspiration. I was getting the itch to record again, so I figured let's jump into another game this morning. And yeah, part of the reason I've been absent is because my computer was messing up on me. Also, it's been Thanksgiving, and then I've been playing some other games like Binding of Isaac and Kerbal Space Program, which are both really, really fun. I'm not just a dungeon crawl sort of guy. I might get around to recording some of those games because, as I've said a couple of times, I think I may have a new computer coming in the new year. So maybe in 2015, we might expand this channel to other things beyond dungeon crawl. But for now, I hadn't played this in a while, so let's jump back in with, I think, a demon spawn is a good place to sort of get back into the swing of things, just because they're fun and sort of random. And I was thinking for a character, well, I still want to go for a necromancy style. I think we're still going to try the same sort of thing that we did last time with Durg. Go for Kiku and then eventually abandon Kiku for possibly Machleb or something. That seems like a demonic demon spawn sort of thing to do. And, yeah, I was thinking about my goals. What do I have left to accomplish in Dungeon Crawl exactly? And one thing I'd really like to do is clear a Ziggurat. That's sort of one challenge that I have not yet surmounted. So, we are going for an ambitious character. We would like to have a Ziggurat clearing 15 rune character this time, ideally. Although, let's not put the cart in front of the horse here. So I think what we're going to start with is a Conjurer. Not exactly recommended, but I already won with a wizard. I haven't won with a conjurer yet. I think this will be interesting. We'll have a demon spawn conjurer. I could have just gone for a deep elf conjurer or something, but I wasn't having much luck with that when I was playing a few weeks ago with those. Trying to record some more and just failing, so I didn't put those up. And who knows? Demon spawn are fun, so let's just see how it goes. All right, demon spawn conjurer. We need a good name. So how about something, I don't know, like Zabirius. Alright, that seems like a fine name. It sounds too much like Harry Potter. Zabini is a character in Harry Potter named Zabini. So let's just change it a little bit to Zabirius. Alright, perfect. Zabirius sounds like a relatively okay demon name. And in fact, Zabirius like that makes it look like an adjective. So let's put it like that, Zabirius, so it looks more like a proper sort of Roman or biblical style name. There we go. Zabirius. Perfect name for a demon spawn. Alright, we start off in a forest, and we are Zabirius the Ruinous, which is fun. Say that 10 times fast. And let me make sure that my... Well, we're going to start off casting Magic Dart, right? So let me make sure that my hotkey is set correctly for that. It is. Alright, and then... Looking at our skills, well, yeah, let's set it to manual first of all. We'll keep a little bit of dodging. Well, what's our dexterity like? Our dexterity is okay. Our strength is not abysmal. I'm hoping that maybe we might be able to wear some kind of armor that's not a robe eventually. But for now, our dexterity is not bad. It's worth keeping a little bit of dodging just for defenses. And then spellcasting will focus conjurations, I guess. Maybe not even focus it because it's so much higher than spellcasting right now. But you know what? That's probably going to be important for us. So let's just focus conjurations. We got a 0 aptitude for it. Part of the reason why I chose demon spawn here is because if we are going to go for a necromancy style, demon spawn are particularly good at that. And it's hard to find a race that's good at necromancy. Most of the races are pretty bad at it. So that's a robe, but it's not going to be any better than ours. There's a spear. Well, that's a weapon. That's kind of a nice weapon. I would love to have a spear, thank you. So now we've got something that's better than just our bare fists. I don't know if eventually we might develop claws or something like that, which might encourage us to take more of an unarmed stance or something like that. But I'd really like to play this as sort of a conjury character. I'd like to play it as a wizardly character, which means not really fighting too much as our main source of damage. In this case, we just sort of auto-explode into a goblin right in our face, so maybe I should just try hitting with a couple magic darts. We got 3 of them at least. Lightly wounded, almost dead, completely dead. Very good. Alright, and bats should die without too much trouble. Yeah, three magic darts can't take out a bat. It's a little bit disappointing. We'll just finish them off with a spear there. We need to work up our intelligence more than anything. I mean, 16 intelligence is probably insufficient for a conjurer, you know, for a primary conjurer. And, you know, that is the temptation to go elf. You know, I mean, elves get the mad stats. They're super intelligent. And they're really sort of, you know, snooty about it, honestly. They're not afraid to let you know that they're the most intelligent of the races. Elves are pretty racist, right? That's a trope. Elves are all, like, xenophobic and such. Seems that way based on the reception in the Elven halls in this game. Although, you know, that's true of pretty much every other race in the game as well. The trolls don't like you, the Spriggans don't like you, nobody likes you in this game. Except for possibly angels, if you worship one of the good gods, and in fact, I don't think that's even true anymore, so, oh well. There's a dagger. Do we prefer a dagger over a spear? I don't think so. I'm sort of digging the spear. It's sort of like a pseudo-conjurations, you know, we can get people from a distance. Here's a goblin. I don't know if you get stabs with magic darts, so let's actually try stabbing him with the spear first. Yeah, okay, it worked anyway. Good. Rat can die. From a distance. From a distance, the world seems something, yeah. I forget. I don't know any words other than that, alright? The pair of horns grows on your head. That's pretty demonic. You know, I can't be mad about that. It means we can't wear a helmet or anything like that, but maybe we can at least wear a hat for a while. I'm not sure if, I think level 3 horns might be completely incompatible with hats at all, but, you know, that's not going to happen for a while probably. And it's good damage, it's good melee damage if we ever need it, so whatever. And it's demonic, you know, it's thematic. I don't really care, you know, can't be mad about the fact that I've got a pair of demonic horns growing on my head. Because, I mean, that's like the classic demon thing to do. Maybe hooves ranks up there too. You know, they're all pretty demonic, I guess. But horns, you know, if you asked a second grader to draw a picture of a demon, they would probably draw a demon with horns, would be my guess. At least, you know, the second graders that I'm familiar with. You know, I mean, I live in the United States of America, so it's possible different cultures have different representations of what demons are supposed to look like. Or maybe I'm just totally wrong. That happens pretty frequently. I just sit here and speculate wildly with the hopes that maybe something I'm saying is correct. This is working now. We've got these magic darts. I mean, we've got 4 magic darts in the bank now with our 4 magic. That's pretty neat. Of course, it is nice as the deep elf to be able to just, you know, have tons of ammo, you know, fire off like magic dart Gatling gun. But at the same time, it's kind of a one-trick pony, because if you get caught off guard as a deep elf without any magic, then you're sort of in a tough spot. I mean, you can use sublimation of blood and stuff, but if something is up close to you trying to melee you or something, there's a good chance that you're not very happy about that. Whereas here, see, we use the spear without too much trouble. You know, the spear is pretty good for us. 18 bolts and a mace. Mace could be okay, but yeah, I'm digging the spear. You know? Spear has a little bit of priority here. I like to be able to stay as far away from my foes as I can for the time being. And probably forever. You know, I mean, in a ziggurat, that's not going to be possible. You know, that's why it might be nice to get up some of these other skills. We would like to try to get up... Well, if we're a conjurer, we're going to learn Firestorm. Let's be realistic. And we're a demon. Demons do fire. If we're going to be a stereotypical demon, we're going to be a fiery, horned demon. Seriously. None of this other green death or ice fiend or whatever. What is that? What kind of demon is icy? Alright, one who didn't graduate demon school. That's who. Demons are fiery, alright? From the fiery pits of hell. That's how it works. We cleared level 1. It's a good start. Let me make sure that I'm still recording here real quick. Seems to be. Alright, that makes me happy. I actually, yeah, I did have another recording. I recorded a bunch of these deep elf conjurers, as I said, and I wasn't having too much luck with them. I was getting frustrated. That's part of the reason why I quit for so long. And then I sort of did a merfolk berserker, just as sort of the opposite, you know, I mean, just something that was completely anti-magical. And I made it pretty far at that. I made it to lair, and then the video didn't record. The video didn't keep for some reason. I mean, it was just a single frame right on the start of the starting screen. So that really annoyed me, and that might have been the final straw of what caused me to not record for a while. You know, yeah, I mean, I know that some of you guys were watching these pretty regularly, and I really appreciate that. You know, hopefully I haven't lost your interest by taking a break, you know. Everybody's got to take a break every once in a while, you know. But in any case, you know, I appreciate you watching, and, you know, I should record more. It makes me feel like I should be recording, but, you know, I was just getting burnt out on it. You know, it's got to be, you know, I feel good now. I feel reinvigorated. Like, I've got my dungeon crawl groove back here. Hopefully I don't die in 2 floors after I've said that, but we got our first stat point. Let's make it intelligence. And we got some iridescent scales. Is that... I forget what that one does. It's not electrical resistance. That would be metallic scales. Electrical resistance is nice. But what does this one do? Is this the one that's just like +4 AC? 1 second. +4 AC. Can't argue with that, man. It's a lot better than some of the other scales you get. I think that might be the one that eventually lowers our dexterity or something like that. But I don't care. I really don't care. +4 AC at this point in the game is a huge boon to us. A huge boon. It's like a Daniel boon. Alright, all these jackals, I don't care for that exactly. We can back off and deal with them here. We don't want to charge into a room, you know, we're playing cautiously. We're still pretty frail. I mean, we are emboldened by our AC here. Got some tomahawks, we can consider picking those up. Let's pick up needles for sure. Everybody loves needles. I'm not sold on tomahawks yet. We already had a pretty throwing-heavy game. Well, we'll have a throwing game when we play a troll or something like that. But there was a glowing mace over there. Could be worth investigating. I think it probably is. Let's wield it. We've got a couple scrolls, right? Yeah, one of those might be Remove Curse. A Mace of Crushing? Okay. Well, it's better than a spear. Sure. I was commenting, actually, that it seems they have reduced the frequency of basic consumable drops. Like, it seems like they've reduced the frequency of Potions of Curing and Scrolls of Remove Curse and things like that in the early game. Possibly because of things like, well, they don't weigh anything anymore, and also, you know, things like Scrolls of Enchant Weapon always work successfully now. I was about to say always proc. There's a word. I've heard a bunch of other people using it lately. And it's like, it's very interesting how these certain words just sort of make their way into the lingo. It is interesting how a sort of YouTube community, you know, I mean, especially the YouTube Let's Play community, it sort of has a lingo. It sort of has a community there. It seems like everybody knows everybody else. Not me, of course. You know, I'm just a guy who does this as, you know, a hobby, basically, on the side. But, you know, I've heard a lot of people using the word proc. I heard one person use it, and then I heard a bunch of other people use it. Proc, 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 proc. And it means, like, process, I guess, I think. You know, I mean, I think that's what it means. So it's like, if something happens, if there's something that only happens sometimes, randomly, and then it happens, that would be, like, it procking. Or it only happens every once in a while. But anyway, I would try not to use the word proc, because honestly, I kind of find it kind of annoying. You know, I mean, it's annoying, and yet here it's stuck in my brain as, like, a word. So that's kind of annoying me right now. Here, let's put on this amulet and see what happens. Amulet of Warding. I'm not going to argue with that. A little bit of negative energy resistance. That's pretty good. Eventually, if we're a necromancer, it might be nice to have that, just in case we have necromantic miscasts or something like that. Of course, we need to find one of those books first. Also, we should learn a better spell. That reminds me. Let's learn both of those things. Searing Ray and Dazzling Spray are both pretty good. Should I hold off for Mystic Blast, though? That's another question. Dazzling Spray is really good. Mystic Blast is just more in line of pure conjurations, and I don't know if we really want to branch out into hexes. And yet, Dazzling Spray is a good area of effect spell that also is a good incapacitation spell. It really, like, gets people confused. It can buy us a minute. So I think it's worth learning. I'm not sure if we're going to put anything into hexes. Hexing people would be pretty demonic. You know, demons are pretty famous for, like, tricking people. And man, a glowing cloak. Hopefully this is something. Oh, hello, Mr. Worm. I guess we'll hit him with the Searing Ray here, which is B. Alright, I also have to change these. Let's change Searing Ray to S, and Dazzling Spray to D. Good. Back off here so I can get a good, nice shot with the Searing Ray, and fire at will. Wait, dead. Nice. Perfect use of our magic there. And we've got this cloak. We'll try that on in a second as soon as I deal with this rat. Good. Let's try on the cloak, see what it is. Could be good, could be cursed, who knows. It's a +1 cloak. Not going to argue with that. Again, you know, just stacking on the AC here to a respectable level for this point in the game without impacting our spellcasting ability. Is it worth putting a couple points in hexes? The other thing is we have another hex spell in this book, so, you know, even if we don't get and many other spell books, we can still use hexes to good effect just using the Conjurations book. It's interesting that they have 2 hex spells in there. It's sort of like implicitly a secondary hexing class. But we'll think about that in a minute. Let's just get up our core skills a little bit more. Then we can put some stuff into hexes if need be. I mean, it could just be a good idea. Getting that Dazzling Spray castable would be pretty nice. I mean, it's going to get more castable just with spellcasting and conjurations, of course, so that's why I'm hesitant. And as for the other one, as for Fulminant Prism there, I never really used that spell, to be honest. I cast it once or twice just to see what it did, and I never really used it to good effect. I bet it could be fun. You know, I mean, I bet it could be really fun. If we were a Deep Elf, we wouldn't hesitate to put a couple points in hexes. And man, I know I'm going to stop talking about Deep Elves. I don't want to have Deep Elf envy. And we're doing pretty well as a Demon Spawn, but, you know, as a Deep Elf, we would be so intelligent and have such good aptitudes for all magical fields that we could definitely, I think they've got +2 hexes or something like that. We could easily do hexes. Alright, done with level 2. Here we probably should, though, anyway. You know, I mean, aptitudes, you know, I mean, you might say that aptitudes in some way are sort of a early game advantage because, you know, I mean, they help you learn up your skills really fast. But realistically, there's a ton of experience in the dungeon as you go, so, I mean, even as a troll or something with abysmal aptitudes, eventually you can get your skills up to where they need to be. You know, if you keep playing through Ziggs and Pan or whatever, you can get your skills as high as you want, realistically, and as diverse as you want. So playing as a Deep Elf, you get there faster, which is, yeah, a huge advantage. But, you know, even though our aptitudes are like 0, you know, not quite as good, we're only going to be learning at square root of 2 times slower than a Deep Elf, you know. We'll get there. You know, the game is more than the square root of 2 times longer than it needs to be, you know, especially if we're going for the extended game. So anyway, level 2 completes. Level 3 is where things get interesting, as we know. Here's an orc, our first orc. Got him with the, just a couple magic darts. Yeah, I mean, I actually don't feel that bad about being up close to these sort of potentially more dangerous monsters, considering that we have 8 AC, which is something. And it's probably only going to get better. Whoops, we got poisoned by quite a bit. That is really obnoxious. What are we going to do about that? Dazzling Spray is a possibility, but we can't reach that far. Ugh, that was really bad poison damage. Hopefully I got a Potion of Curing in here, but we're going to try to back away as best we can. Back away. Missed. Okay, good. We are happy that that kobold will hopefully give us our blowgun, which is a nice thing to have in case we run out of magic, you know, I mean, or it's just good against certain things like arthropods and uniques. But in any case, hopefully he doesn't kill us. Try to get him closer. Right? You're still coming around the bend, eh, Mr. Kobold? Yeah, how does that do so much damage? Alright, let's just get right up next to him. Good, yeah, he's not going to hit us if we're right up next to him. And we'll use a Searing Ray just to be on the safe side. Alright, there we go. Man, poison in this game. Poison in this game just got a lot more potent in .15, I swear. I swears it, alright? We'll set that to B and that to A. Just so I can switch like that. Good. I don't know, poison is just giving me a lot more trouble than it did in .14. That's why I was really happy with that Naga game, you know. Maybe I should be playing... I think it might be about time that we play another Mummy game. You know, I know we had an extensive Mummy playthrough on this channel. But, you know, as I said, I'm thinking about my goals in Dungeon Crawl. You know, I've accomplished a lot of what I want to in Dungeon Crawl. I've got, like, my Warrior victory, my Maid, my Wizard victory, my Stealth victory. I've got, you know, my Ranger victory, my Summoner victory. I've got, like, a lot, basically, like, most of the archetypes of victories that I want to. You know, I've had some challenge runs, I've had some 15 rune runs, I've had a variety of gods and everything. So, you know, I mean, one of the things that I would like to do is win some of the more explicitly challenging classes, like a Mummy, like a Formikid, perhaps. So, you know, I mean, after we get this Ziggurat character, maybe we should try to look at a Formikid character or a, you know, I mean, a Mummy character would be great. Mummy would be great because, yeah, we wouldn't have to worry about poison, as I said. And poison seems to be suddenly a bigger deal. So here's some gnolls. It's kind of a lot of them. Let's head up towards that stairs, I think is the wisest plan. Yeah, a lot of people coming from different directions. Let's just try shooting one of those down there. He didn't still wake up, which is kind of funny. It's a sleepy hobgoblin up there. Let's go upstairs and not die. Whew, that was close. Alright. I don't like that stairs anymore. Let's go to a different stairs. Altar of Okawaru. Alright. Well, we'd like to deal with this Orc Priest first of all. I can dazzle him. Not blinded, but let's try again, actually. We can tip both of them like that. Alright, there you go. Now he's blind, which is good. Let's back away a little bit. I'm hungrier than I'd like to be. Okay, can we bash these guys? We'd like to kill... If we can kill this guy, then we'll be really happy. We've got one magic dart. That should be enough to do it with guarantee, because he's the one that's going to really kill us. And here comes an adder. That's not what I like to see at all. Alright, so here's the plan of action. Magic dart on you to kill you. Alright, you get to magic 4. I feel agile. Now we're going to go downstairs, because I don't want to be dealing with poison damage and a pack of orcs at the same time. There's a gecko here, but hopefully he won't even wake up. Alright. We'll just step up here. Wait a minute. Kill the gecko. Eat the orc. Good, everybody's happy. Alright, well, yeah, Dungeon 3 is proving to be a little bit more difficult, isn't it? You know, we got down to 8 life, which was a little dangerous. We might want to work up our fighting a little bit more or something like that. You know, what they say is for a spellcasting character, around Lair is where you'd like to start getting up your fighting, but maybe we could do it earlier than that. Dazzling Spray seems to be doing okay. Let's maybe get a little bit into hexes and make it more effective. I think that's a wise point. You know, I mean, a couple points in hexes never killed anybody. Let's see if we can stair dance or back into this hallway is the better plan now, and use Searing Ray, Searing Ray, Searing Ray, and then double Searing Ray kill. Yes, nice, that was good. Cool. Oh, and there's more adders though. Come on, alright, ignore me for a second. Good, he didn't care. Hopefully we can get him from a distance now. Bunch of adders all around here. Alright, this orc is not an issue, or kobold rather. Bunch of these potions, we should really consider identifying these soon. Searing Ray from a distance, yes. Good, alright, we got him before he poisoned us. A rune falchion. That's certainly interesting. I mean, it's certainly a more stylish weapon than a mace. I think it's better too, right? Maybe. I don't know. It's rarer, probably. Let's wield it and see what happens. +2 Falchion of Pain. Oh, that's perfect for us. Alright, we're going to keep that. I mean, I know we don't have any necromancy skills yet, but we really hope to in the near future, and that would be such an ideal weapon for us if we can just get our necromancy up a little bit. Alright, hopefully we can find an altar of Kiku before we die. That's the theory. Listen to me, the necrometical temple. The ecumenical temple is probably coming up pretty soon. We should also probably memorize... Oh, we can't do Mystic Blast yet. Alright, that's a shame. But we can probably get this gnoll from a distance. He's not dead yet, huh? Kill him. Alright, good. Killed him, and now we back away. Giant cockroach is no issue. Good. Slashed him. More iridescent scales for another +2 AC. That's incredible. I'm really happy to have this armor mutation, this scales mutation. Some of them are pretty weak, you know. I mean, it's nice to get that pip of resistance after a minute, but just getting this early AC is really the survivability you want. I mean, this is a good early mutation. Having the horns is, you know, potentially a little bit limiting later if we find the Hat of the Alchemist or something, but, you know, who cares? You know, we've got some horns, extra damage. Killed that adder. We've got 10 mana now, which is good. You know, I mean, that means we can really sling around some spells. Glowing dagger, but I don't think anything's better than a Falchion of Pain. Let's be realistic here. Weapons of Pain. I've never had a chance to use a Weapon of Pain to good effects. I'll be honest here. I've heard from everybody that it's like pretty much the best thing you can have. In the early game, at least, against living foes, it does tremendous amounts of damage. You work up your necromancy a little bit, and it just does insane damage. I am tempted to check out this dagger, though. It could be a dagger of protection or something, which would probably be better for us for the time being. But let's, yeah, let's wield it. Oh, I'm glad I checked it out. Oh, come on, game. Why are you doing this to me? Alright, well, we'll hang on to the Falchion of Pain, because I think once we get some necromancy up, that's going to be probably just the cooler option. That'll be the option that Kiku will appreciate more. But in the meantime, this is just better. For somebody who doesn't have any skills, who just wants to stab people and electrocute them as fast as we can, this is pretty much ideal. So let's just go like that. Terrence, it looked like Nicola for a second, and I was like, oh, well, that'd be funny. It would be a little ridiculous to run into Nicola on Dungeon 3. But I think we can deal with Terrence. It's Terrence the Incautious. I don't even know what that means, really. He just charges into situations. He doesn't have Berserk or anything like that. I thought it would have been uncautious. Is incautious really the word there? Alright, yeah, it's a violent murderer. Guess that makes sense. Let's go ahead and wield the blowgun and try to poison him up a little bit from a distance. Oh, he's got a potion of healing. Well, oh well. We poison him again. Can we get him with a Searing Ray from this distance? No, we can get him with a Dazzling Spray from this distance. Yes, now we'll hit him with Searing Ray. Dude. Oh, man, come on, stop healing yourself. You stupid. Alright, come on, I can electrocute this guy, right? Oh, no, I just hit him with the magic dart. Did him in. Ruined Hand Axe. I mean, I keep saying I don't want to check these things out, but who knows, it could be way better. No way we're using axes with this character, though. It's been a long while since I've had an axe character. Uh-oh, it's Domino's ghost. It's a ghost. Who is it? A weakling demon spawn conjurer. Yikes. Alright, so I guess I did try a demon spawn conjurer. He knows magic dart, which is pretty scary. But I think we're better than he is. I bet we can take him out. I think that probably magic dart is just the way to go. Yeah, he can hit magic darts at us too. Can we blind this guy? Let's try. I don't know. Probably magic dart's the better way to go. Okay. Magic darts. Alright, we can hopefully try to electrocute this guy. Alright, we've got 2 potions of curing at least in the bag, so I'm not too scared about just... Well, actually, yeah, maybe we should just back away a little bit. Oh, here comes Adder. We're backing away. Go upstairs. Alright. Good. Alright, so that was a little dangerous. We gotta figure out a way how to deal with that. Maybe the best plan is just to run away. But, I can't stand to have another weakling demon spawn conjurer running around, especially with a dumb name like Domino. What was I thinking? Domino is the worst name for a demon spawn conjurer ever. Zabirius. Far more majestic and noble sounding. Yeah, weakling demon spawn conjurer. I'll show you who's a weakling demon spawn conjurer. At least I can finish off these gnolls. At least we can finish off most of the other things in the dungeon, first of all, hopefully. Oh, he's got a halberd. That's possibly what hit us for such intense damage before. Contemplating the meaning of life. Good. It's a good thing to do. 2, 3. Good. Spellcasting up a little bit. That means we could learn Mystic Blast, and we should. Domino's Ghost. Alright, here he is. Let's do Searing Ray. Let's get a Searing Ray on him from a distance. Ray. Ray. Okay. Destroyed him with one Searing Ray. Alright, he was a weakling indeed. We just needed to use the right spell. Good. Alright, that makes me feel really good. I think the fact that we have 10 AC helps a lot too. Those magic darts can actually rip through you if you only have 2 AC or so. You know, you have to watch out for people like Natasha and Orc Wizards. Alright. Yeah, that's part of the reason our Felid game was so short-lived. The Felids are hard, alright? Or at least they require patience. Maybe I'm just bad. Because I think that actually Felids are pretty good if you play them right. You really just have to run away. Which is, you know, requires some patience. Patience that I don't always have. As you see. I'd rather deal with this ghost right now rather than running away and dealing with them later. As would perhaps be the wiser course of action. We almost got him. One more Searing Ray should do it, right? He might poison us up a little bit. But nope, we killed him. Level 6. And I think that should be more intelligence, right? I mean, seriously, we should just get a more intelligent. And we're getting all the scales. Just 8 AC, a bonus plus 8 AC. What are we, like a gargoyle or something? That's insane. Alright, we got the 3 scale mutations in a row. So, well, we're not going to get any more demonic AC protection in the future, but I mean, who cares, you know? I mean, the sooner you get it, the better. It's not like it, you know, I mean, right now it's comparatively more useful for us. We'll probably get our armor up a little bit better later, just incidentally. I mean, by the way, have we seen any better armor? Not really. We could consider wearing leather armor. Yeah, that's probably could be a good option for us. Alright, done with that. Again, you know, trying to get to Lair would be an ideal goal for this first video. You know, I like to make these first videos kind of substantial because it's just establishing the character, you know? I mean, this is when the character is most vulnerable, perhaps most interesting. You know, it's when you have to use your brain the most sometimes. And, you know, the future's full of possibilities, you know? I mean, we could, who knows what we could find? Who knows the directions this character could go? We could find a crazy spell book or something that could completely change the direction of this character around. Or we could die. You know, that's what makes it exciting. That's what makes it interesting to play and watch, I suppose. You know, it's interesting to have these higher level characters too. You know, you do get invested in the character, and then it's like, oh, well, where can this character go from here? How many more runes can we get? And then when it's finally time for that character to pass on, either by death or ascension, you feel a slight sadness, like, oh, you know, that was a good character. But you always have those memories, and it's fun to start off a new character too. As I was just saying. So, alright, here we are at Dungeon 4. More gnolls. Ooh, I don't like all those gnolls, and one of them's got a halberd. Let's see if we can peel off a few at a time, but they do tend to stick together, don't they? I don't appreciate that exactly. So let's take him down into this hallway. At least, yeah, he seems to be by his lonesome there. Alright. More gnolls. Doesn't seem to be that much of an issue. Alright, just stay like that. Okay, a little bit closer. Come on. And we'll Searing Ray. Oh, I messed up! Searing Ray. Oh, no. Alright, time for Dazzling Spray now. There we go. Alright, and we'll stab him. Good, that works. Alright, we can Dazzling Spray him and then stab him with the electrocution. Get a good stab in, alright? Now, yeah, they're both dazzled. So I can just hit him with a Searing Ray to finish him off, and then hit him with the stuff. There we go. Oh, he had the halberd. But no issue, really. Not even a problem. Bunch more scrolls. There's a hound. But I don't think that's an issue. He's just wandering around. Our stealth is not bad right now. I mean, the fact that we were just wearing a robe or whatever helps quite a bit. Maybe that's an argument for not changing into leather armor. I mean, we have 1.7 points in stealth, I guess. Yeah, with this dagger, now I'm tempted to try to sneak up on these guys. Could be pretty fun. Nope, not worth it. We got poisoned a little bit. 3, 4. Killed them, though. Yeah, I guess we're not that stealthy. Let's go. Oh, but here's an adder skeleton. I gotta try again. Yeah, it didn't work. Well, adder skeleton is no problem at all. Even a regular adder at this point, I mean, is not much. We've proven, I think, that we're capable of handling adders. Let's not get cocky, of course. You know, we could get lethally poisoned in a minute. But, here, can we get these guys with Dazzling Spray? Double, at least? Yeah, there we go. Searing Ray here. Yeah, let's Searing Ray them down. Blast, Final Blast. Alright, they're not blind anymore, but they will be in a second, and they'll both die. Yes. Yes, sir. This is feeling pretty good right now. But again, it could all change. You know, I don't want to say we're fragile, because, I mean, we've got 12 AC and almost 50 hit points. 50 hit points ain't much, but it's something. Rune Short Sword, I mean, there's no way that that's better than what we've got, right? We've got just ideal weapons right now. I think I'd even prefer what I have over a weapon of protection. You know, oftentimes with a wizard, you know, a squishy wizard character, I would prefer to have a weapon of protection over all else. Level 7 here, any demonic stuff happening? Nah. For example, when I played my Octopode game, I had an Octopode wizard win. And Octopodes are very squishy, obviously. They can't wear any armor at all except for a hat. They get some rings sometimes, but still, you know, I had a Evening Star of Protection. That was great. It really, you know, that was my endgame weapon with that character. And then my Ogre Ice Elementalist. Also, Ogres have a little bit of difficulty getting AC sometimes, too. Especially if you're going to play them with, like a Spellcaster. You know, you don't necessarily need heavy armor, although you could wear Dragon Armor as an Ogre. Anyway, I think I just had a Robe of Resistance with him. So I had a weapon of protection. I just used a Club of Protection or something like that the whole game. And it's a little bit lame, you know, you'd prefer to have a Giant Spike Club or something, but I had a shield as well, so that was part of it. You gotta work up your defenses. Ogres are pretty squishy. You think they wouldn't be because they're so big and menacing, but they're pretty squishy. They got a lot of HP. That's what they got going for them. So you gotta treat them a little squishy, at least until you get later in the game. I also, you know, I had an Ogre Ice Elementalist so I could wear a robe and cast Azakubo's armor all the time. So that was part of the incentive of keeping the robe. My Azakubo's was excellent. It was sort of a natural combination there. And, you know, I could have used the Giant Spike Club with the Frost Shield. I think that might have been the original plan. But I found a good shield or something like that. I don't remember exactly. It was a long time ago. Alright. So here we go. We haven't found the temple yet. We'll probably go to the temple and then identify all our stuff. Here's that ooze. No problem. A little bit of pizza. We're feeling good about that. I love pizza. I gotta say. I know that's a little ridiculous. You know, if somebody asked me what my favorite food was, I might have to say pizza. You know, it's a question that gets asked sometimes of somebody if you don't know somebody very well. It's like, oh, what's your favorite food? And it's hard to say, you know, it's not like I don't appreciate the finer things in life. I love, you know, a filet mignon or something more exotic, you know, like, you know, I enjoy ethnic food of pretty much all varieties. I love Indian food and Thai food and whatever else, you know. But, you know, pizza is just so good. It's like, you can make it so many different ways. Or like a sandwich. You know, I know that's such a boring answer, but it's like, if you had to eat something every day for the rest of your life, you could have a good sandwich every day. And you might be like, oh, that's not a very specific answer, you know. Oh, we got frozen by this ice beast. This could actually hurt quite a bit. I'd like to dazzle him, maybe. But let's dazzle him here. Good. Alright, and one more dazzling spray. Good, we got him. That was dangerous. It might be cheating to say, oh, it's a sandwich, and then you're going to have different kinds of sandwiches, because there's such a wide variety of sandwiches. But, you know, even just like a good turkey sandwich or something, you know, maybe I'm boring, but it's like, I could eat a good turkey sandwich all the time. Or just a good cheese pizza, you know, or a pizza with chicken on it, or vegetables. Something, you know, I mean, it's good. So anyway, if you want to know what my favorite food is, that's like my stock boring answer, I guess. You know, I could have more interesting answers, but I'm trying to be practical here. If you're going to define favorite food as the food that you're going to eat every day, like for the rest of your life, that might be it. Pizza, or a sandwich. Glowing halberd, that's interesting, but I doubt we could use it properly. Glowing whip is more interesting to us, but man, we're just swimming in good weapons right now. I don't think we need anything better than what we got. I guess we'll learn a little bit of swordsmanship eventually, just so we can use our weapons properly. We could use our dagger a little bit more effectively. We could use our falchion a little bit better, maybe. Here's a rune door. I wonder if that's the temple. Or I wonder if it's one of those weird bug vaults. A Book of Conjurations, exactly the book I didn't want to see because I know it already. I've already got a copy. There's a buckler. Huh? That's something. We should probably wield the buckler. We're going to do it. Let's wield the buckler and work up our shields. In fact, we can focus our shields until that's good. Perfect. Our hexes is probably pretty good. Let's see. If we wanted to get up to fulminant prison level, yeah, I mean, we could get our... Let's get our hexes up to 3 and probably turn it off. I mean, our dazzling spray is pretty much where it needs to be, and it's only going to get better. I get the feeling this is one of those weird bug vaults, but, you know, okay. Whatever. Let's check it out. Yeah, it's a bug vault. Fortunately, we've got Searing Ray. We can just blast our way through this stuff, right? 3, 4, more Searing Ray. 1, 2, 3, 4. Killed the butterfly. Here's a killer bees. That's the most important thing to kill. Alright, we got one more Searing Ray, so let's aim down at the scorpion here. If we can kill those guys. Alright, killer bee. 2, 3, 4. Alright, he's almost dead. One more magic dart because these guys are kind of tough to hit. Good, we got him. Alright. So I'm pretty pleased about that. Yeah, I don't think these guys are smart enough to go and, like, attack me all at once. I think we'd just like to probably take this worker ant. We can electrocute him pretty effectively, I bet. Yep, these giant mites are nothing. These are minor enemies. As you can see, they're whites on the threat-ometer over there on the right. These guys are yellow, but, you know, Goliath beetles can't move very quickly. So I think we can just electrocute this guy, probably. Yeah, as I said, maybe swordsmanship is a good option. Okay, and now we just step away from the Goliath beetles, and we will poison them because we are out of ammo. And these guys should go down pretty quickly. Right. You're gonna die, right? You're dead? There you go. Level 8. Magical essence forming a shroud around my flesh. Alright. That's something. You know, I mean, for a pure conjurer type character, that might not be the best thing in the world. But at the same time, you know, I have spoken in previous playthroughs about how I feel like I've undervalued Guardian in the past. You know, I mean, the amulet of what do you call it? Guardian Spirit. Because, yeah, I mean, seriously, it's really good. And I know we're not squishy, but every bit of defense helps. If we're in a situation where we're getting meleeed or getting hit by massive damage and somehow our magic protects us, you know, it's better to be out of magic than to be dead. You know, so I think that we are actually feeling pretty good about that one. And I think it leads to some other situations later where it's like it increases our magic regeneration as well. So that would certainly be welcome. I think it's better than regular just Guardian Spirit. And we don't have to wear an Amulet of Guardian Spirit. We can happily wear our Amulet of Warding. And, you know, that's just a free slot. So I'm happy with that one. It's an okay demonic mutation. What kind of wand we got? Wand of Teleportation, so good. That should hopefully boost our survivability tremendously. And if we found a Scroll of Recharging here, I would feel like it was much less wasted being used on a Scroll of... Alright, Wand of Teleportation. Let's dazzle these guys. There we go. Oh, he smote us anyway. You know, I mean, absolutely a Scroll of Recharging being used on... Let's dazzle these all. Yeah, we'll dazzle them all. I'll dazzle you all. Okay, we can just stab this guy. No sense in running away, really. Let's use a... Yeah, there we go. And now I've lost my train of thought. Drop the rotting flesh. Dazzle, whenever I cast Dazzling Spray, I feel like Jubilee from the X-Men. I don't know how many of you are old enough, possibly, to know the X-Men cartoon from the 90s. But it was great. I used to watch that all the time. I used to wake up Saturday mornings and watch The Tick, and then watch X-Men cartoon. And it was sort of a tradition. My sister and my dad and I would wake up on Saturdays and watch it, even though it was quite early in the morning for a Saturday. And it was great. I love that show. The X-Men cartoon was great. Except Jubilee was pretty lame. I mean, let's be realistic. Jubilee was pretty dumb character. And, you know, that's not just because she was a girl. You know, some of the other female characters were awesome. Like, Storm was one of my favorite characters, maybe. And Jean Grey was pretty cool. You know, Rogue was awesome. I always liked Rogue and Gambit. They had a good dynamic. Gambit was pretty awesome. I liked all those guys. Cyclops was pretty lame. Wolverine was awesome. Obviously, everybody loves Wolverine. Professor X was pretty cool. You know, it was a great show. And now, you know, X-Men is sort of a big thing, or at least it was 10 years ago when the X-Men movies came out. But superhero movies certainly are a thing. So it's back in vogue. Or maybe it wasn't even in vogue at the time. It was just a Saturday morning cartoon that I enjoyed watching. Now it's certainly in vogue to make superhero movies. They make millions. Ogre skeletons are a little dangerous, but we are hitting them with the Searing Ray, and they are dying, so I think we're okay. Okay, we've just, one more Searing Ray, maybe? Nah. Alright, we got him, though. Good. Morning Star is not terrible, but we've got better enchanted stuff. Stupid butterfly. Kill the butterfly. I feel no mercy for butterflies, because I'm an evil demon. That's how you demonstrate the evilness of my character on screen, is by showing me doing something completely, inexcusably evil, like killing a harmless butterfly that's barely in my way. That's how you establish my character traits in a movie, if you were to make Dungeon Crawl the movie, which is a great idea. Somebody should make Dungeon Crawl the movie. Alright. Oh, our strength went up a point somehow, too. I guess we must have just had that happen when we got a level up. Which is good, because eventually we could wear some dragon armor or something. I think that would be appropriate. No, temple yet, right? No. Nothing there. We could consider learning Fulminant Prism. Hexes, our hexes went up even higher than we expected. So maybe we should learn Fulminant Prism. Or maybe we should wait for Iskenderun's Battlesphere, because that's such a good spell. In fact, it's almost worth just learning that just so I can learn up my charms a little bit higher. Maybe. How much hunger would it be at this point? Not bad. I mean, 2 pips away from the top, you know, it's not like complete hungerful. We can't cast it all the time, but it is a great spell. It's just a great mana-efficient spell. It does a surprising amount of damage with great accuracy. Use it with Magic Dart as sort of a pointing laser, you know, a painting targeting laser, and it works brilliantly. So maybe we should do that. On the other hand, I've been working up my hexes, Fulminant Prison, and I said I wanted to try it. Let's put off that decision for a second. Blowgun. Even sicker, why don't you just poison to death? There we go. And I do need to work up my necromancy soon. I mean, hexes and necromancy make sense. Sort of. Charms and necromancy makes sense too. We want to learn Death's Door and stuff. So, okay. We do need to learn our charms. That almost settled the argument for me. Thinking long term, we definitely need to do this. We have no possibility of worshipping a good god as a demon spawn, so that sort of makes our choice a little bit easier. We have no chance in converting to the Shining One later on or something like that for the end game. We could go with Moklev or something like that. But let's memorize Iskenderun's Battlesphere so we can work up our charms, because we need good charms to eventually cast things like Death's Door. And incidentally, we can learn stuff like Haste on the way, deflect missiles, whatever else. So yeah, we'll work up our charms. Okay, when Hexes gets up to 4, I swear I'm turning it off. Because we already got too much stuff going on. Our Shields is getting good. Our Shields is focused and is up to almost 5, which is the cutoff point. Eventually we'll turn that off and turn on Fighting, probably, just so we have a little bit of Fighting. And maybe even some Blade skill. You know, we've got these great pair of blades here for Electrocution and Pain. It's sort of a good combination for taking out most things. Pain for taking out living things, and Electrocution for taking out the rest, basically. Except for weird things like electric golems or whatever. But most things are vulnerable to electricity. Or pain. You know, and or pain. 2 of the most useful things to have on a fast blade-type weapon. I mean, Electrocution is perhaps the best thing to have on a dagger. I hear they scaled back the damage a little bit for .15, so maybe I shouldn't be overvaluing that. Maybe I should be going for pain. Just based on that slight bit of hearsay that I remembered just now. We'll put on this ring. Ooh, minus strength. Alright. Well, good chance to use our stuff. Let's go upstairs and identify all our stuff. It's still probably pretty common. Let's read all of our scrolls. Remove curse. Alright, we found it. Well, never mind then. Let's go and stick to our original plan of identifying this stuff in the temple. We haven't found Kiku yet, have we, by the way? That would be embarrassing if we just passed by a Kiku altar, incidentally. A pair of glowing gloves. Alright, well that was nice. Especially considering that we have horns. We don't have claws, so we can wear these gloves. Plus 1 pair of gloves. Who's arguing with that? 14 AC. That's so good. And that Wand of Teleportation. Let's not forget about that. Wand of Digging is great. Probably shouldn't have fired it like that just in case it was a Wand of Lightning that bounced back and killed me, but I think we're okay. Yeah, Dungeon 6, the temple should be pretty soon. I'm pretty sure it's either going to be here or 7 is the only possibilities left, so. Xam, we found a lot of altars. Well, not that many. Nobody we want, really. Okuwara, I still don't have an Okuwara win. It seems like I should, you know. It seems like that's a pretty reasonable god to win with. So maybe we will get an Okuwara win eventually. But not right now. Okuwara, I feel like, should be another range character. If we play an Arcane Marksman or something like that, or, you know, something like that who has a crossbow, maybe a Formikid who needs lots of bolts, or a Halfling who needs lots... Whoa, what's going on here? What's going on here? It's an altar of Nemelex. Is this a gambling altar? Am I supposed to gamble? Am I gambling here? Well, I'll take the cash. Beware, this is a limited time offer. Whoa, limited time offer. Oh. Am I strong enough to take this? I don't know. What is here? Well, I don't know. Oh, man. Nemelex put me on the spot here. It's like a game show. Well, you know what? We can just teleport out if we have to. So I'm gonna go for it. We'll try to dazzle him if we can. We'll also get out our blowgun, because blowgun is good against Orc Warrior if necessary. We'll take it. Yes! We win! Yay! Thanks, Nemelex. That was fun. Thanks for playing. We got 3 potions, a potion of curing, a wand, and a lantern of shadows. That was a good game. We could look up our evocations. We'll probably get our evocations up a little bit anyway, just because every character gets a little bit of evocations. Most of the time. And yay, we won. Good job, us. I wouldn't have been really... I mean, unless we died. I would have appreciated the chance to fight those guys, maybe, to try out our skills a little bit. And also... maybe get a dragon hide. Model dragon armor is pretty good. But anyway, the Dungeon 6 is complete. We're going on to Dungeon 7. Good. Necrophage is slightly dangerous, just because we don't want to get rotted. Can we dazzle this guy? Can you be dazzled, man? Alright, well, we'll just try this. Good, we reached level 9. And we should just get more intelligence, right? Everything else is getting better over time. Oh, I forgot to take off my Ring of Strength. Well, we should drop that immediately. I was like, why is my strength so low? I thought I uncursed that. I did uncurse it, of course. I was just wearing it as a fashion statement. It's like, I'm so strong, I could wear this thing which intentionally diminishes my strength. It's sort of a macho man sort of thing. It's sort of like those, training belts you can wear, those weight belts that you wear, and it sort of like strengthens your core muscles just by walking around wearing this weight on your body. Which is pretty cool. I'm down with that. I've never tried one, but I bet it would be kind of interesting. I bet it would be pretty good exercise. This blind ogre, hopefully we'll die right now. Yeah. I think we could take a shot in the face from an ogre club and we'd be okay. A shot in the face from an ogre club. Sounds a little bit silly out of context, but work with me here, work with me. What's that? Just some arrows. Alright. Phantom, yeah, we can take him out with magic darts, searing ray, stuff that's likely to hit. We also do have... yeah, one more searing ray, huh? Oh no, he blinked away. Charm's up to 1, alright, and Hex is up to 4, so that's good enough for that. We do have Iskendrin's Mystic Blast memorized. We should be using that more, probably, against dangerous foes. Let's go ahead and change it so we remember it better. Alright, we'll set Well, let's see. I'll put Mystic Blast to I. Well, I've got 2 Iskenderun, so that I don't want to confuse myself. Let's put Mystic Blast to M, and Battlesphere to B. So B for Battlesphere. Anything else we got here? Nope, they all have logical names now. Except for Magic Dart, perhaps, but Magic Dart is so common that we just press 1 anyway to use it. It's really important to set up those macros if you're going to play a Wizard-type character. I mean, it seems stupid. It's like, why? You know, you're just pressing fewer buttons. But those fewer buttons add up over time. I mean, imagine if I had to press 3 buttons instead of 1 every time I wanted to cast Magic Dart. That would have been like twice the keystrokes already. It really wears down on your mental health, on your exhaustion. And there's, you know, I mean, I set all of my spells to the logical letters, so I don't have to think about it as hard. It's really good. You're less likely to make mistakes. You don't have to think about it as hard. It's just good not to be exhausted when you're playing this game. Alright, this Goliath Beetle should have just been handled with needles anyway. More healthy. That won't do it all. Alright, good. So where's the temple, huh? Here's a human and some sheep. That's pretty interesting. I bet we can take him out, though. Let's dazzle him. Dazzle! And stab. Just stab them all. And Searing Ray down this sort of direction. 2. Oh, nice. We're blocking the sheep's attack using our cool shields ability, which is getting pretty good. And we can just electrocute the rest of these sheep, I bet. Maybe it is about time to work up a couple of points in this dagger skill. I'm sort of getting convinced. On the other hand, we do need to improve our necromancy in a second. Let's wait until our shield is better. We'll wait until we're done with shields, then we can turn that off, and that'll be like a bunch of skills that we're saving because we had that focus previously. Stupid hound, or X-hound is a hound skeleton. Alright. Giant mite zombie. Yeah, alright. Killing stuff. Just tabbing. We're at the level of tabbing, which is not exactly what you want to do as a wizard. But it kind of is, actually, because, again, you know, mental exhaustion. Being able to evaluate threats properly in this game is a big part of it. You have to know what you can tab through and what you can't. Nice! You see that Mystic Blast? That was incredible. We killed everybody. Because tabbing is low mental energy. And then focusing on difficult targets is, of course, the thing that you want to spend most of your mental energy doing. So you don't make mistakes and die. This game is, in a lot of ways, about endurance and consistency. And, you know, that doesn't sound that fun when you put it that way, but it is, obviously. This game is really fun. And it punishes you. It punishes you for a momentary lapse of concentration. You know, I told you I've been playing Binding of Isaac lately. And I'm not trying to brag here. Whoops. But I was able to unlock the character. I was able to unlock the items, the mind and the soul, which is very difficult. I'm not going to say any more than that because it's sort of spoilery to say any more. But if you know what I'm talking about, you know that it was a very difficult task. Basically, you have to not get hit the whole time. You have to go through the whole game without getting hit. And, you know, I did have the item that let me get hit 9 times with that. So, I mean, I was able to get hit 9 times. But still, going through a whole game like that without only getting hit 9 times is not exactly a cakewalk. So I enjoy a good challenge. You know, I grew up in the era of Nintendo Hard. You know, to quote TV tropes there, to cite TV tropes. You know, games that are intentionally very difficult. You know, I've mentioned the King's Quest games a few times. You know, the King's Quest games are games that would punish you brutally. You make one mistake at the beginning of the game, and then you render the game unwinnable. You know, you put the game into an unwinnable state just because of one mistake that you might not even realize that you did. It was super frustrating, intentionally frustrating and difficult, perhaps. But, you know, that's what I grew up on, so I have sort of a fondness of games like that. So if you play this game, you know, I mean, maybe you don't find this game interesting. Maybe you find it difficult. I don't mean to, like, insult you or anything. You know, if you don't like frustratingly hard games, then that's probably a positive attribute. But you know, I had a regular Nintendo growing up. I played all those games. You know, I love the King's Quest games, Space Quest games, those early games. So, you know, this is what I like. I like Binding of Isaac challenging games. Alright, I like a game that challenges me. Sort of puts me on the edge of my seat. Makes me clench up a little bit. Did we find what we were looking for? Come on, Kiku. Come on. Well, that puts me half a mind to not worship Kiku at all. Come on, Kiku. Why don't you play along? Nemlex was cool. Look, we found all these altars. Everything except for Kiku. It probably means we'll find him soon. Let's not get despondent. We really want to get those spell books and really do have a proper necromancy spell playthrough. Especially because we have this pain weapon. Especially because we have a +2 aptitude for it. Especially because who knows when the next necromancy spellbook we find is. Could be ages from now. So I think it is appropriate to hang on for a minute. We're doing fine without a god as is. Alright, well there's a centaur. Let's see if we can dazzle him. Dazzle. Dazzle them all. I can get both of them there. Nice. There we go, and we killed him. Good. Alright, Shadow Imp. He's a little... Oh, he likes to raise zombies. He likes to raise zombies. Which is annoying, but... Oh well. Alright. Yep. Staircase to the lair. So we found the lair. That is ostensibly where I would usually end the video after this floor. Hopefully we'll find the altar of Kiku first. And I know this is extremely bad play, by the way. If you're watching these videos because you're trying to get dungeon crawl tips from me, first of all, you know, there's better role models out there. So, you know, I mean, I appreciate it, but, you know, don't flatter me here. I'm flattering myself literally just now, so that's just me being an arrogant jerk. But in any case, if you were hypothetically watching me for tips, it's a really bad idea to hold out for one particular god. I mean, you know, any of these gods would have been fine, realistically. You know, I mean, any of these gods is super good. We don't need Kiku. I'm just sort of playing my own silly way where I want to have a particular god, so I'm just going to go for it, you know. You could increase your survivability just by going with one of the first gods you see. Like, for example, we saw Okuwara way up on Dungeon 3, alright? Absolutely, if you were just trying to survive, that would be a great choice. Okuwara is a great god for most any character. So, yeah, just go for Okuwara if you're actually trying to play this game without dying. If I were trying to go for any sort of consistency or, you know, educational value here, that's what I would have done. But I'm not. I'm playing for fun. I'm playing for amusement, alright? I want to go for necromancy character, and who better for necromancy than good old Kiku. We failed him in the last video, or in the last playthrough. He said so. Kiku is not afraid to let you know. He says, "You have failed me. Welcome death." In his raspy voice, right? It's more like, "You have failed me. Welcome death." Something like that. That probably sounded horrible on the microphone. I apologize for that. But, anyway. And besides, it sort of goes against my idea that Kiku Bukaka has got that deep voodoo accent. You know, deep Caribbean-style accent. Here is the whites. Here come the whites. We've got a little bit of draining resistance, so I'm feeling okay about that. Longsword would be good, except we have a thing of pain already. Bunch of whites all lining up conveniently for us. Yeah. A rune battle axe is pretty cool, but again, we're not going battle axes. Whoa, it's Gastronok. You wearing a hat? He is wearing a glowing hat, which is good for us. I mean, our horns are still at the point where we could wear a hat. Hopefully it's something okay. And then, eventually, probably the hat will fall off. But maybe that won't happen until, like, level 27, you know? I mean, that might be a ways later from now. Demonic mutations happen pretty randomly. I mean, you saw we had the 3 iridescent scales mutations in a row. So it can happen all in a row like that, or it can space it out. Who knows? We'll try to poison this guy. Try to poison Gastronok. He's listed as red, but he's very slow. I think that we have a chance of dealing with him. He can cast bat spells, but I mean, who cares about a bat, right? Casting, yeah, Dean, alright, so he can cast this stuff. Blowgun. Is it worth dazzling him? Let's try Dazzle. We could try Mystic Blast, too. I bet that would be a good weapon. I feel a sudden passing aversion to salt. That's hilarious. And, you know, it's worth poisoning him a little bit, but at the same time... Whoops. No. Don't poison the imp. That's stupid. I sort of thought... Oh, whoa. Alright, so he's using his airstrike, signature airstrike move. It's pretty dangerous. I assumed for some reason that he would be vulnerable to poison. Because he's like a creepy crawly bug. But then I realized... You silly. Alright? Gastronomic is not an arthropod. He is a mollusk. So therefore, he should not have any sort of vulnerability to poison according to the rules of this game. Maybe. Alright? I assume that it seems like it's just the arthropods in this game that have poison vulnerability. I mean, all the spiders, all the insects seem to. But Gastronomic he's a slug. He's related to octopodes more closely than that. So octopodes don't have any poison vulnerability, and I wouldn't expect that this guy would either. Let's try one more Mystic Blast, right? We can hit him. Alright, it explodes. How about one more Searing Blasts? Should finish him off. One more. We got him. There we go. Reached level 10. So good. Horns on my head grew a little bit more. Alright, just in response to what we were talking about. Alright, but I still think we can wear the hat. Plus 1 hat. Alright, it's not great, but good. You know, I mean, good. We can... Any sort of corpses here that we can eat? Nah. We'll probably just eat a little bit. Yeah, let's eat, got 10 slices of pizza. Let's eat some pizza. Ham and pineapple. That's one of my favorites. I know, I was just talking about how much I love pizza. Ham and pineapple pizza, Hawaiian pizza, is delicious. It's really excellent. And we haven't seen Kiku yet, huh? Well... I don't have that much more time. This video's gone on for a long time, but maybe we can find Kiku. Let's just keep going a little bit deeper, another floor or two. Hopefully we can find Kiku sometime soon. Because the lair, it's a dangerous place. I feel like it's more dangerous than it used to be, considering... 3, 4, okay. Dazzle him. Whoops, dazzle him again. Yeah, there we go. Good. I feel like it's more dangerous now that poison is giving me more trouble here. Yeah, see, shields up to 6. We're going to turn off shields. Let's turn on fighting and short blades a little bit. And, you know, I mean, short blades... Oh, maybe it should be long blades, actually, if we're going to... Oh, I don't know. Pain, probably the Dagger of Electrocution is a better weapon in the long run than the Pain, even if it's good in the short run. So we'll do short blades for now, and that'll give us a little bit of cross-training with long blades. And given the way that cross-training works nowadays, I think that we should be good, actually. Rune short sword, okay. Zin, alright, Zin would certainly not accept us. An armor emporium, oh, okay. Well, there's a cool chainmail. There's, you know, both those chainmails are interesting. Plus 8 just with cold resistance. This is not a bad chainmail at all. Plate mail is probably a little heavy for us. Plus 2, okay, I could get down with that leather armor of poison resistance. I was just talking about how I would like some poison resistance. And there it is. I could hardly argue with that. Maybe I should do that before I do lair. Maybe I should pick that up before lair. Maybe just let me look around a little bit more. Sometimes these shops come in groups. So let's save our money just a little bit. Ring of Positive Energy. So wow, we have RN++ now, which is pretty good. What is that? Ornate deck of cards? Absolutely worth checking out. I mean, I know my evocations is nada right now. I don't even have a potion of Identify. Oh, I forgot to identify all my stuff. Ugh. I was hoping to do that when I got my religion, but of course, whoa. That guy is more dangerous than I expected. Let's try him with a Mystic Blast. There we go. Of course, we didn't get our religion. We got nada. Ring of Sustainability as well. It's better than nothing. It's way better than nothing, realistically. Let's see if we can... Alright. Yeah, this is a little annoying, but oh well. I'm confused. Oh well. Just walk it off there. Stab these guys up a little bit. There we go. Well, at least we dealt with that before it got to be too much of an issue. Here's a hill giant. He is marked in red. He can do a lot of damage. Let's deal with him from a distance. at range. I'm not going to keep singing from a distance. That was a one-time thing. Okay, here he comes. Dazzle him. There you go. He's blind. Mystic Blasts, I guess. Yeah, alright, good. He's so blind, he doesn't even know where he's going. Let's try to back away from him a little bit. Oh, no, he's not blind anymore. He's almost dead, though, so let's just try one more Mystic Blast. Blam! Got him. That was good. A lot of experience there. Charms is getting better. All of our stuff is getting better. It's good. It's all good. Evocations we could train up a little bit more, but we've got a lot of skills that we're working on right now, including our fighting and, you know, working up our little hand-to-hand combat or close range combat a little bit more. Quarterstaff could be kind of cool too. That's really something that we're saving for an elf character. Show me a Kiku altar. A Cyclops. Oh man, so we're getting into dangerous territory. Makes me think that maybe we need to just go to the lair. Alright, he can't hit us very well if he's blind. Nice, we blinded a Cyclops? That's incredible. That's actually like the mythologically appropriate thing to do. So I feel really good about that. That's like some Odysseus level stuff right there. Didn't even realize until after the fact. I wonder if Cyclops have like special built-in vulnerability to blindness. Seems like the sort of thing that would probably be in NetHack. Not necessarily in this game. In NetHack, there's all sorts of weird stuff that you don't really know about unless you looked it up, basically. 2, 3... Alright, yeah, Searing Ray is getting a little weak for us. I think we should probably transition out of that. It's good when we have a bunch of enemies in a row, but for dealing with single targets like that, I feel like, unless they have high evasion, maybe Mystic Blast is better. Let's try Mystic Blast on this guy, for example. Mystic Blast... Got him, yeah. Those guys they hit pretty hard, but they're kind of squishy. Here's an Orc Wizard. I think that might still be just Magic Dart territory, just so we're more likely to hit him. Well, here's a bunch of Orcs in a row, for example. Searing Ray is appropriate, I think. Adders go down to Magic Darts. Eventually, we will have our Battle Sphere is at 17%, so that's good. You know, I mean, that's castable. If things get really crazy, if it looks like there's a lot of sort of semi-weak targets that we need to take down, what's that? We finally found Kiku. And Kybriados was hanging out. Alright. Kybriados is a bad influence on you, Kiku. He was slowing you down there. You know, he was dragging you behind the curve. But anyway, here's Kiku. Let's worship Kiku. Kiku is neutral. Yes, we want to join Kiku. Kiku Bakatka welcomes you. We can even check out our wooden wand from our Nemelex battle. So there we go. Oh, it's random effects. I bet that Nemelex sort of likes that, although Xam likes it more. And let's go ahead and identify everything we have. Alright. M. Identify. We'll identify potions. Potion of Flight. Okay, good. We'll probably identify a bunch more stuff in a minute. But let's read the rest of our scrolls first. Recharging the teleportation. Yeah, that's worthwhile thing to do. Random uselessness we can drop. Read. How about W? Immolation. Good to know, I guess. We could probably keep that at a stash, though. Read S. Enchant weapon is great. Man, which one even? Which one even? Both are good. I don't know. I've got a couple of them. I could probably enchant up both. Let's just do the Dagger of Electrocution for now, because I'm going to use it in a minute. And I've got one more. Alright, let's spread the level a little bit. Let's work up the Falchion of Pain, too. That way, when I use it, I can actually be cool with it. Because we are certainly taking the... We're certainly going to take the Necronomicon. I can learn Necromancy. Is that just because I have a Weapon of Pain? Or is it because I'm worshipping Kiku now? Does Kiku just allow you to worship to learn Necromancy even if you don't have any Necromancy skills? Wow. Well, okay. We're focusing that. That is something to focus. Charms could get a bit better. Maybe we'll work Charms up to 5 or so, but we don't want to spread ourselves too thin. I think this is appropriate, probably. Maybe we could unfocus Conjurations, too, considering that we're so good at it. But, I mean, we'd like to get better at it, considering that's the way that we kill most things. Alright, so that's good. We can learn up our necromancy a little bit more. That's good. What else we got? More scrolls. Fear. Noise. Blinking. Good emergency. Magic mapping. Good to know. Scroll of fog. Forget what spell. Interesting. Well, that is interesting. I mean, I was just saying that I might like to forget Searing Ray. Searing Ray is maybe not great for us at this stage of the game, but I'm hesitant to do it. Oh, no. Yeah, I feel like I should. I don't know how many amnesia scrolls I'm going to find. I feel like I'm just going to forget Searing Ray and move on to bigger things. Oh, man, but it's so good if I ran into like an ant hive and lair or something like that. I can't bring myself to do it. You know what? I can't bring myself to do it. Ugh, alright. Forget it. Forget the amnesia. Redo. Teleportation. Alright, well, we got the wand of teleportation, but it's good to know that as well. And enchant armor. Well, we don't actually have anything that's enchanted. So, I guess it's hard to find a good pair of gloves more than anything. Let's enchant up the gloves. Any better armor than that, by the way? Yeah, we could oh, there was a ruined robe there. We should definitely check it out. But if that's no good, we'll certainly check out that poison resistance. Leather armor will make me feel a lot better about exploring the lair. And we'll probably hit up lair before orc. I was also, you know, I mean, hitting up orc is a possibility. But if we have the poison resistance, I think that would definitely be the appropriate thing to do. Done exploring, and considering the dungeon is getting to look kind of dangerous, we ran into some red level giants and things like that. We're definitely ready to head to the lair, work up our experience a little bit more. So let's go and get that armor before we forget about it. Well, first of all, we'll check this ruined robe. It was right there. We didn't miss it by much. Let's put it on. +2 robe of magic resistance. Aww, that's so good, though. Aww. Huh. Alright. So maybe we've had a change of plans. That robe was better than I expected it to be. So maybe now, magic resistance is actually pretty useful in the orcish mines, because you're not going to get confused or such by the orcish wizards and whatever. And we do have area of effect spells. We've got Searing Ray and Dazzling Spray. Could be good to take out large quantities of orcs. So I'm not sure yet exactly. You know, we'll definitely figure that out in the next video. In the meantime, let's just read these scrolls of identify a few more potions. Like that one. And that one. And maybe that one. And how about that one? Alright, we got some okay potions. The rest of them we can possibly figure out. We know curing already is possibly one of the more important ones. So I'm sort of thinking now, maybe I should save my money and go to the Orcish Mines first. You know, I mean, I bet we could handle it. We could go to the Orcish Mines. We haven't discovered the Orcish Mines, though, so maybe that answers my question for me. Maybe we do need to hit up Lair. Maybe that does mean I should pick up the poison resistance, but now I'm tempted to scrape my money a little bit. You know, our AC is excellent. We can deal with most things from a distance, so maybe we don't need poison resistance. Maybe it's not essential. We'll see how we feel next video. Alright, but this video has certainly gone long enough, and I gotta go to work, actually, so definitely time to go, but it's definitely good to be back. You know, I mean, I'll certainly be recording more of these now that I'm back in the swing of things. Maybe I'll record another video when I get back from work, and certainly more as we go on. You know, I'll try to finish this playthrough before the new year, because in the new year, yeah, I'll be switching to a whole new computer. It'd be cool. We'll have whole new stuff for this channel, possibly. But in any case, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, you guys. I appreciate it. See you later.